Hey everyone, welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. Have you ever wondered how you can send a message to someone across the world in just seconds? Or how streaming a video from Europe while sitting in Canada actually works? Well, today we are breaking down exactly how the internet works. From your local Wi-Fi all the way to those deep sea cables that span entire the oceans. So let's jump in. So let's start with the first onwards. Okay, let's start small. Imagine you have a couple of computers. Okay, so you are having a couple of computers. Here one computer you're having. So the oval shape, think it is a computer, and here you are having another computer. Okay, so this is a couple of computers and it is connected to each other using Ethernet cable. So that means directly from this network card, Ethernet cable has been connected to this Ethernet card. This forms a basic network. Okay, now it can transfer the zeros and ones binary data across the two systems. Now what if you want to connect even more computers? So if you are having couple of computers, means say in a classroom or in an office. So if you want to connect to a multiple computers like this, so if you are having computers like this, means so then what you will be having. Okay, so 4 or 5 computers you are having, so then what you will try to do. So it will be having only one internet cable, right? One Ethernet cable, right? So then we will be using the switch. So every switch will be connected to this one. Okay, and whatever the thing you want to send the data, so it will be sent across the switch. A switch helps manage traffic between multiple computers on the same local network. So this is the main thing. It sends data only where it needs to go based on something called MAC address. This is all the concept which we have discussed in our previous video. So using the MAC address, it will try to send you the net data, whatever the data, but the computers all should be available in the same local network. Fine. So this is fine. All right. Now think bigger. So this is something like, okay, fine. Now think bigger. Let's have another group of computers in another room, building, or even in another city. Let's say that here you are in US, okay, and you are having the multiple computers like this. Let's say that here you are having multiple computers like this, and this is connected to a switch. Let's example, okay, and this is one box, this is one building, okay, this is one office. Let's say this is present in US, and here in Europe or anywhere somewhere you are having another office, and here also you will be having the same computers like this, and this one is also connected to a switch. All the computers are connected to a switch. Now whatever the computer you want to send the data, you can send it only to your local network only. But now I want to send from this computer, okay, to data to the other computer present in the US. Then how you will try to do it? So that means, let's say we have another group of computers in another room or building or even another city. So that's now it's a separate network. Now it is not a local network. So this is a separate network and this is a separate network. But what if we want these networks to talk each other? So these two networks, if we want to talk each other, means then what you will try to do? You might think, let just use more switches and cables. You can think it like, but wait, imagine try to connect millions of computers directly with cables. Okay, so here millions of computers are there directly with the cables. That's just not practical. It could be messy, unmanageable, and pretty much impossible. So we add a new layer, that is nothing but router. Routers sit on the top of, so this one is a switch. Okay, so router sits on the top of the switch. Router sit on the top of the switches. So this one is a router. Okay, and here also switch is there. So here the router will sit. So this is the switch and the router will be connected to the switch. So this is the router. So they connect multiple networks together. So here the router will be connected to this router. That's it. While switches work with MAC addresses, so the switches all will work with the MAC address. So the switches all work with the MAC address, but the router work with the IP address. We'll try to learn about this IP address more in our upcoming videos. Just try to understand. So each router will be assigned with a IP address. Think of it as like a digital home address for devices. Okay, each device, whether it is a phone, laptop or a server, you will get a unique IP address. So here each one router, it will assign a unique IP address. Let's say 12.0.0.1, 12.0.0.2, 12.0.0.3, like this. Everything the IP address will be assigned. So what is this IP address? Think of this IP address like your home address. For example, let's say that you are staying in Toronto, 200 Adelaide Street, Unit 5. No one else in the world has that exact same address, right? Same with the IP address. An IP address might look like something like 192.168.0.1. The first part of the IP address. So here the first part of the IP address is like the city name, identifies the network. So to which network? So here the network will start with 192.168. Here the network ID, let's say that it will start with something around 18.16.0.0. okay, let's say. So I'm trying to tell you. So the first two letters 18.16 or 192.168 represents the city name, identifies the network. So let's say that identifies the network. And the last part, so whatever you are having 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, these all identifies the specific device inside that network. So that is the main thing. So computers in the same network will have similar prefixes in their IP addresses. So that is main thing. So now routers don't just connect networks, they also assign IP address to the devices in their network. So here not only the router will not connect to another router, it will also assign an IP address to each device in the same network. So it will assign an IP address in the network, and they know how to route data between the networks, and also the router knows how to route the data between the networks. So now a computer in one network can talk to a computer in another network just by knowing its IP address. So this is the main concept what router will try to do it. When one computer wants to talk to another, so here when one computer, so here let's say that here one computer, so where is it? Here one computer wants to talk to another computer means it will send the zeros and ones over the network. Those bits can represent anything. So just the network internet means nothing but it is a transfer of zeros and ones only. So don't think that it will be transferring some data or something like that. So the data is nothing but zeros and ones only, which we have learned in our buffer or the streams concept. The bits can represent anything, text message, video, images, video calls, website data, you name it, whatever. It will be transferred in just zeros and ones. That is the thing. So imagine millions of this network in around the world. So here this is one network and this is another network, and you will be having millions of networks around the world, all connected together using the routers and switches and cables and something like that. Means this massive system is called as an internet. So in simple way thing, what we can say it is an internet. Internet is nothing but the connection of over the networks, over the millions of devices, connection over the network using a specific IP address, and transferring the data. That is, data is nothing but the bits, zeros and ones over the network is nothing but an internet. Okay, but wait, there is also one more thing which I want to tell you. When you send a data to an IP address, you also need to specify a port number also. We will discuss about this port number. A port is nothing but for a computer. Okay, a port is nothing but a computer. It's like a specific door or a window in a house where different kinds of data will go. For example, port 80 or 443 means it is for websites. Port 22 means it is for SSH. Port 3000 means it is for custom apps. So the IP address is the house address, and the port is nothing but you can say it as a room number. Okay, that is the thing. Now how do you sitting at a home with a new phone or laptop get connected to the internet? That is where ISPs will come. So for example, let's say that you have purchased a new computer or a new phone, and I want to connect over the network here. This like this over the network, if you want to connect means, then you will get the what I want to say is ISP. So this buying a specific IP address. So this IP address which I have shown you, right, 192.168 or 10 dot something like that. So that one you need to purchase it with the companies called as an ISPs like Comcast, Bell or Rogers. So some different types of companies are there where you can buy an IP address. If you buy an IP address means then your system is connected to over the network, so that you can send data across the world. Billions of computers will be connected, and you can communicate with the billions of computers in the world. The router connects you to the ISP, which connects you to the entire internet. So that is the thing. Here is the crazy part which I want to tell you before closing of this one. So now we are saying that the massive global network is all physically connected, right? So you may be thinking that over the cloud like this, right? The systems are connected over the cloud, but that is not the correct scenario. These are literally there. These are all communication over the network and all those things. Literally, there are cables running under the oceans from North America to Europe to Africa, Asia, and Australia, something like that. So, for example, if you are doing a FaceTiming to a friend in the France from California, means your voice is converted into bits and it is literally traveling under the ocean through a fiber optic cables. So that is the thing. It might sounds unbelievable, but it is true. You can even search for maps of undersea internet cables. It's wild. I will try to show you. Let's see. So here, if I try to open here, so internet cables under ocean. If you try to search it here, so here you will be able to see different types of images here. You will be able to see. So these are the cables which is connected under, which is traveling through under the ocean, and here you may be able to see the images also. So here you will be able to see the images. If I try to show you here, see, people think that the data is in the cloud, but it is not. It is in the ocean. See, these are all the cables that has been connected. So here it is showing from the year onwards, 2020 up to 2021, it has been connected like this. So all over the world in the ocean, there is a long cables that are running. So now when you have a system in India or in Africa or something like that, so now you need to purchase an IP address, and this IP address is connected to the cable through this cable, and now you can communicate to entire world. That is the thing. You might be thinking I am on Wi-Fi or 5G. You might be thinking that I am on Wi-Fi or 5G, that is wireless. True, but only locally it is wireless. But your phone connects to a wireless, to a router or a cell tower, which then connects to a cables that are part of the wired internet architecture. So there is a main thing which so most of the people doesn't know that we are operating in wirelessly over all the satellites or something like that. You people may be thinking, but the internet is not working like that. It is all traveling through the oceans. Okay, so how the internet really works, let's try to have a recap. Devices connect to the local networks using internet or Wi-Fi. Switches manage traffic within the local network using MAC addresses. Routers connect different networks using IP addresses. Devices communicate using IP addresses and ports. All of this connects globally through the ISPs and undersea cables, and that's how you are watching this video right now. So that is the thing. So this is what all the things is happening. Now if you are watching this video in the YouTube right now, means this is all through the undersea cables and all those things only. And that's it guys. That is how the internet works, from your device to the entire planet, using switches, routers, IP address and miles of cables under the ocean. If this blew your mind or helped you understand the internet better, smash the like button, subscribe for more tech breakdowns, and let me know in the comments what you would like to learn the next. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.